Barcelona are gunning for Nico Williams like there's no tomorrow. Pogba's packing for a wild redemption arc in the French Riviera. And Atletico? They're working on a heist so bold, Liverpool fans might just lose sleep. Neymar to Turkey? Sounds like a meme, right? Wrong. Fener boss are dead serious. Oh, and if you thought Barcelona's drama ended on the wing, think again, Laporta might have just thrown TER STEGEN under the bus. All of that, and a whole lot more, coming up. Now, real quick, 600 likes. Why? So my mom keeps thinking I'm not just yelling about transfers in my room for fun. Let's break down the headlines, most of which were probably born in some guy's WhatsApp group chat after his third pint. Nico Williams, Barca's summer obsession. Nico Williams is done waiting. He's told Athletic Club thanks for the memories, but it's time to move on, and where's he headed? Right into the arms of his Spain teammates in Catalonia. Yep, Barcelona are about to snap him up. Word from Sport is that Nico's already been dropping "see you soon" hints to Lamine Yamal and the boys during the Euros. Bayern? Arsenal? They're trying to crash the party. But Nico's heart? It's already at the Camp Nou. And here's the kicker, Deco didn't wait around. He sat down with Nico's camp, brought Hansi Flick into the room, and even gave the player a personal call. Told him straight up, you on the left, Yamal on the right? It's fireworks, kid. Flick's buzzing. Says Nico is the missing puzzle piece in his high-press, speed overload system. The only problem? Athletic aren't giving him away. €62 million release clause. No discounts, no loans, no funny business. You pay up or you walk. Funny enough, Barca had cooled on Nico last year. They flirted with Luis Diaz. Even peaked at Marcus Rashford. But now? Nico's top of the list. Barca have cash problems, sure. But when they fall in love with a player, they find a way. Sell a few fringe players, raid the piggy bank, maybe convince Spotify to sponsor another seat in the stadium, whatever it takes. Tell T.O. Spurs, Frank's first move. Tottenham just wrapped up their first big summer signing, and it's a clever one. Mathys Tel is now officially a Spurs player. Back in January, the loan deal looked like a PR stunt, €60 million option? Everyone laughed. But Daniel Levy? He negotiated that down to €40 million with bonuses. That's tidy work, especially for a kid Bayern got from Rennes for €30 million. Tel's numbers? Modest. 3 goals, 1 assist in 20 appearances. But new boss Thomas Frank believes in him. Sources say this was his call. Not the board. Not the scouts. Frank wanted Tel. End of story. Tel signed until 2031. That's not just a signing, that's a statement. Spurs are betting big on this kid becoming their next frontman, and let's be honest, since Kane left, they've been casting the net wide. GYÖKERES Saga, Arsenal or bust? Victor GYÖKERES is tired of the drama. Manchester United knocked, he slammed the door. He wants a club with actual structure. A manager with a plan. Champions League football. You know, Arsenal. Sporting? They're being cheeky. First, they had a gentleman's agreement for €65 million. Then they cranked it up to €80 million like we wouldn't notice. And there's more, if they reject an offer over €60 million, they still owe the agent 10%. Insane. Arsenal offered €55 million plus add-ons. Rejected. They'll be back, but they're also looking at Benjamin Sesko, cheaper, younger, fewer complications. So here's the game, Arsenal like GYÖKERES, but they're not desperate. Sporting want a bidding war. United still whisper sweet nothings to the agent. But the player? His eyes are on the Emirates. Zinchenko, Premier League exit loading? Zinchenko's Arsenal chapter might be nearing its final page. Not because he's fallen off, but because clubs are circling like sharks. Milan, Juventus, Dortmund, everyone wants him. 1 year left on his deal. Arsenal willing to sell for £10 to £15 million. For a guy who helped reshape their title push in 2023? That's loose change. Injuries hurt him, no doubt. Missed the second half of last season, and others filled the void. His £5 million annual wage is a sticking point for some, but leadership like his? Rare. Milan want a voice. Juve want experience. Dortmund? They've had a crush on Zinny since January. Somebody's gonna pull the trigger. Robbo to Atleti? Here's a spicy one, Athletico Madrid are plotting a move for Andy Robertson. Yeah, you heard that right. Robbo's 31, 1 year left on his deal, still runs like a man possessed. Simeone wants him bombing down that left flank in Rojiblanco red. And honestly? It makes sense. Liverpool are grooming Milos Kerkez as the heir. They could cash in now, but do they really want to lose a club legend just like that? Arne Slot values leadership. He wants Robbo to help bridge the Klopp era to the future. So unless Atleti throws serious cash on the table, this one feels like a non-starter. But hey, stranger things have happened. Italy meltdown, Gattuso in, Spalletti out. Italy got slapped 3-0 by Norway. Spalletti's out. And who do they replace him with? Gattuso. Yes, that Gattuso. Screamer on the pitch. Screamer in the dugout. Tactically? Well, let's just say his last 5 jobs ended with a pink slip. Milan? Fired. Napoli? Sacked. Marseille? Sacked. Hajduk split? Even they let him go. But sure, he's the man to lead Italy to the World Cup. Ranieri said no. Pioli went to Fiorentina. So the FIGC called Gattuso like it was a late-night ex-text. Desperate times. Meanwhile, Spalletti? Taking calls from Al Nassr. 18 million euros per year. Let that sink in. Neymar to Fener? Ladies and gentlemen, Mourinho. Neymar. Istanbul. Fenerbahce are working on a transfer that feels like it was written by Netflix. Neymar, post-Saudi rehab stint, is dreaming of one last dance in Europe. And Fener? They're offering him a free move thanks to a clever Santos clause. 1-year deal. Option to extend. Shirt sales alone might break records. But they're not alone. Aston Villa, Marseille, and 5 mystery clubs are lurking. Santos want to keep him too, but come on, do you really think Neymar is staying in Brazil? Neymar. Mourinho. Yellow and blue. It's either magic or madness. Maybe both. Ter Stegen, exit on the horizon? Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, once the face of Barca's future, is now third in line behind Inaki Peña and Joan Garcia. And yet, the German's not leaving. 3 years left on a monster contract. Sunshine, salary, and sangria? Why walk away? Galatasaray made a cheeky approach. Barca said yes. Ter Stegen? Said no. But then, Man City and Newcastle showed up. Pep wants reliable backup. Newcastle want a name. If the price is right, this could turn quickly. But Ter Stegen's digging in, for now. Justin Kluivert, United's next project? Justin Kluivert is on the move again, and Manchester United want him. 12 goals, 6 assists for Bournemouth. Versatile. Explosive. Still only 25. Bournemouth slapped a €55 million price tag on him. Newcastle's interested too. Liverpool were, but with Wirtz arriving, they might step aside. And for United? He's plan B if the Mbuemo deal falls apart. Speaking of which, Mbuemo bidding war, Tottenham versus United. Tottenham just dropped a £70 million bid for Brentford's Bryan Mbuemo. That's Thomas Frank wanting his old weapon back. But United aren't giving up. They've already offered £60 million and are ready to bump it. Wages? United are offering up to £200,000 a week. Spurs? That's fantasy money for them. This one's going to the wire. Winner takes a lethal wide forward. Hugo Ekitike, United's last striker standing? Remember Hugo Ekitike? PSG's golden boy turned Eintracht Frankfurt's big gamble. Now, United want him. Only catch? Frankfurt want €100 million. For a guy they got for €16.5 million just last year. Business 101. GYÖKERES rejected them. Sesko leaning Arsenal. United are scrambling. Ekitike's got Premier League dreams, but is this just Martial 2.0? Pogba, last dance in Monaco? Paul Pogba's story has been heartbreak and hype. Now, it might be redemption. 6 months without a club. 1 doping scandal. Endless injuries. But now? Pogba's willing to take a massive pay cut to join Monaco. Talks are advanced. 2-year deal on the table. Family already moved to the French Riviera. From golden stakes to Sunday league wages. This could be his final shot. And that's your transfer whirlwind for today. From Nico lighting up Barca's radar, to Pogba crawling his way back to the big leagues, to Neymar possibly joining the most dramatic team in Europe. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who's your favorite rumor? Which deal will explode next? And don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and stick around. Because this transfer window? It's just getting started. Till next time, keep dreaming, keep scrolling, and keep believing that your club won't completely bottle it this summer. Peace.